Hey, Robo here. So I'm gonna make this video about exactly the finances, exactly how much I spent, and the return I got. The whole process on, I guess you could say, economics. So when I first started, it was mostly just for a hobby. I wanted to raise my own pork, and if I was gonna do it, I was gonna do the best of the best. So I got two Berkshires. They weren't registered, just some random guy on Craigslist, and I paid 200 for the first two unregistered females I got. Um, then I got, and they were, I'd say, about 50, 60 pounds. So not exactly piglets, but they're small. I had to raise them up. Then I got a male unregistered, and I paid 150 for him. Um, again, it was a learning lesson. He was smaller than the other two females, and he got bullied. He didn't make it. Um, Again, learning lesson. You learn a lot in farming, and um, also he wasn't really Berkshire. Now I'm looking back at him. I have more experience and I can identify Berkshire, pigs a lot better. He wasn't a Berkshire. So then I started looking for a better, larger male, and it's pretty hard to find adult breeding animals on the market. And if you do, you'll find them for very cheap. Um, Whatever reason, the people aren't. Well, it's pain in the ass to uh, catch and put in a trailer and haul around. A large pig. It's like with that male, we had three people pulling on him. It was it was hard. I remember I almost passed. I almost passed. I mean, I'm weak. I'm skinny, but it was difficult. So and that's the reason why they also go for very cheap is people just want to get rid of them. They get into pig farming, they do it very stupidly, where they, as I explained earlier, where they put in the boards and heavy duty material instead of electric fencing, and they keep on getting out, they keep on destroying stuff, and they're like, I just want to get rid of it. So I got him and the two unregistered females. I paid for him 250, two unregistered females 200, and the first male I lost 150. So with that, that's about $800. Um, with that, I had my first litter, and in my first litter, I had a lot of piglets. Actually, I had two litters almost at the same time from both females, and I don't remember exactly how many piglets I had, but it was a lot and a lot more than I needed for personal consumption. So I sold some of them, and I sold them about $100 each, and I'm like, that's good money. I mean, how much I spent on them and how much I got back, right? Again, I don't remember exactly how much, but we can say about 10 piglets each one's. Um, I think one had 10 and one had 8, since it was their first time. And with that, I looked into economics and things. I'm like, there's money being made here. I should, do this more. And also, there was a lot of interest. That's the most important thing. Is there was a lot of people interested in them. There wasn't really many people selling um, Berkshire piglets. So I did that. I think another two times, and once I saw the demand and I saw the profits, I looked into getting registered Berkshires because I know the registered were going a lot more. So I got it was 6 registered sows and one registered male, the male cookies that I showed earlier. So that registered, so the 6 registered sows, I paid 250 for them with the papers, and the registered male I paid 300 for him. And I traveled all the way to Alabama for that. So it was, I think it was like a 12 or 10-hour drive, one way and back. I did it all in one day. I would not suggest it. So you could say about two days of driving. But they're some of the best pigs, and everyone who sees my pigs says that they're some of the best pigs they've ever seen. I'm very happy I made that drive. Um, so in total, I think I spent around like almost 2 grand, something like that. I can look at the receipt. I have the receipt for them. But again, I paid 250 for each 6 females and 300 for that one male. I had one female pass away. We're not sure why. There's something about her stomach. She just randomly loaded up, and I mean, I don't know. It's shit happens. So we lost one. And when I had that bloating, then after in a couple months, I finally got my first piglets. With the piglets, I was selling them about $200 to $300 each. Again, I don't remember exactly how many litters I've had, exactly how much I can look up into the paperwork, but pretty much I've had a lot of litters, and they were selling about $200 to $300 each. And you could say on average, I'd say 250. It depends on the market, time of year. Some time of the years there are a lot more in demand than others, and you vary the price. So they go about 250 each. And again, there's about 8 to 14, 16 piglets in a litter. So we could say about 10 piglets, per litter. There's 2 litters a year. So each sow, let's say you could say you sell 20 piglets per sow per year. With that, 20 times 250, that's 5 grand per sow per year. And I had 5 of them. I had one lose. I lost one to a miscarriage. That was a very stressful situation. Um, Farming is very stressful, very a lot of work, a lot of lessons learned. With her, I mean, there's nothing that could have been done. Miscarriage. Um, but yeah, yeah. Sorry. So I did those registered pigs. Sold the babies for about 250 each. So just on one female in a year, I made double my money. Since I only have 4 registered females now, um, I'm making about 20 grand on them a year, just on the registered piglets. Um, I still have the 2 I first bought. Then afterwards, I bought 2 more pigs I saw for a really good deal on Craigslist. They were adult pigs for $100. Again, another learning lesson. These pigs, their owners only fed them corn. Again, I love corn, but you need to supplement it with um, the proper nutrients, like everything else in life. And with those 2 females, they were very morbidly obese. The male physically could not breed with her. Um, so it took about so I got 1 Berkshire from them and 1 Yorkshire. The Yorkshire I just put her to meat, and then the Berkshire, um, I finally managed to get her down to proper weight after a whole year on a diet. It was very difficult, but finally got her and finally got her to have her first litter. So very very happy with that. It was um, and then the unregistered ones, I sell those ones for $100 each piglet. So I have so at that time I had 3 unregistered breeding sows and 4 registered breeding sows, and I got 2 more sows from my neighbor. They're not Berkshire, but you can they go easily on the market for 80, 80, $60, $80, definitely 100% sure. Um, So with those ones, I don't really count them in the amount. I mean, again, that's 80 times 20. That's 100, $1,600 a year for 2 of those. So 3 grand each. Plus the three unregistered. The three unregistered females. That's another 6 grand. So that's 7 grand, and then the registered Berkshires, those ones for another 20 grand. So in total, I'm about making 25, 27 grand, approximately somewhere around that. And that's just on my pigs, on literally less than a dozen pigs. I also did mini pigs. I did other stuff. Right now, I'm trying to raise some pigs for meat. Um, so I'm experimenting with other stuff, and I have other forms of income on my farm, um, like shrimps and other decorative plants. That goes for a lot. So there's a lot of other things that you can do, little things that you can do. But the main reason why I'm not expanding on my pigs is because I'm really worried about the upcoming food crisis, and and I've already experienced that during the COVID situation where there were many months where I couldn't buy pig feed, and right now I have less than a dozen pigs. I can manage with that, but if I have 100 pigs and I don't have any pig feed, what the hell am I gonna do? So right now, I'm really focusing on making my own animal feed to be able to expand my farm in case there's any worst case situation. So yeah, I mean, again, I put in again, let's do the math on how much I put in. So two unregistered females, 200, uh, unregistered male, 150, unregistered, sorry, yeah, 200, one unregistered male, 150 that I lost, another unregistered male that I lost, that I, well, I kept him until I got the registered one for 250, so that's $800 for the first set. Then I got six registered pigs for 250 and one male for 300. That's about 1,500 for the females, 1,800 for the registered ones. You can say plus my time and gas and etc. It was, let's say, $2,000 for the registered ones. Then I got the another two unregistered pigs. Well, one of them I butchered for me, so that's not technically in the price, but whatever. You can add it in the price. Another $200. Total I spent on all the pigs is less than $3,000. 3,000 making back $2,700. Or sorry, 27 grand. My bad, not $2,700. 27 grand. I mean, that's a huge return on investment. And on about the feed, right now I'm paying about $400 a month on feed. So total it's about $4,000 on feed, which again is nothing. I have solar panels, I have a well, so all my water is free. Um, so with that feed, and that's after inflation, after gold prices. Before I was spending like $250 on feed a month. Before it was like nothing. Um, a couple piglets paid for months of feed. Like it's nothing. So yeah, I mean, there's profit to be made. There's a lot of profit to be made. There's a lot of demand there. I'm not doing any advertising really. All my sales are from word of mouth, pretty much. I might make a post occasionally on Facebook, not marketplace, but on Facebook groups occasionally. But I have a huge waiting list, just for my pigs. There really aren't many pig farmers in Florida or anywhere else really. I have contacts and friends, in Idaho and other places in America, Wisconsin, and they're talking about that there's literally a waiting list for 8-10 months, for pig farmers because demand is so high. People want to buy, organic, healthy pigs that are grown locally, not in a factory farm, that they just taste. The taste is completely different. People say how they hate on pork and how it tastes bad, but the only thing they've tasted was Walmart pork chops, which if you didn't know, it's bleached. Like they say that uh, pork is white meat. No, it's not. It's white because they bleach it and there's no nutrients in it. My pork is red. You cut it, it looks like steak. You eat it, it tastes like steak. I make tacos out of it. I'm like, this tastes like steak. It's insane. It's insane how my pork tastes. Completely different to the crap they grow or they sell at the stores. So yeah, there's a lot of demand for it. The demand is increasing. There's a lot of profit to be had. As you see, I paid less than $300 on my electric fencing. I paid $150 for the electric fence charger. About, let's say, $100 for the poly wire. Got the rebar PVC pipe for free. I'd say I did all that electric fencing 2, maybe 3 days of work. Most of it was clearing out the bushes and stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, a weekend of work, a couple $100 of material, plus the irrigation, the poly wire, the poly line, and the nipples and stuff. That was like 50 or $60 for the pipe, and another $40 for the metal pipes and tubings and you know fittings. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of money to be made. Think hard, not work hard. Stay happy.